Okay, I'm using paper dolls again for this working. Uh, so you can cut them out yourself. I bought them like this. It was in my local pound store, so I'm sure in the craft section you probably find them. Or you can get a gingerbread cutter, or just do it freehand. Even on the Google, if you type in gingerbread man stencil, I'm sure something like this will pop up. So I used the whole. I'm not showing the other side of these because I've got the petition on each little doll. So I've got the person's name, date of birth, and basically what I want written on this. So that's for him and for her, and I've actually baptized them. So it acts like a voodoo doll, a puppet. It may not look like one, but it's the same sort of thing, you know. So what I'm going to do is put some honey in the middle of this to stick the two together. So I'm going to do that now. Just give me a moment. And always say to yourself, I'm going to have to pause this because the names are going to show. Just a moment. Okay, so they look something like this. They're completely glued together. And I've used also some Come To Me oil, and I've used pheromones spray that I have. I use some rose oil and Follow Me Boy oil and Love Me oil. Just use what you have. You don't have to go to the extent of finding all those oils. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bend these dolls forward, and I'm going to bind them. So I'm going to get some red yarn. Okay, I'm probably going to need to put you on pause again. Just till I bind them, because it's a bit time consuming, and I'm sure you want me to skip forward because I don't want these videos to last too long, and I'd like to concentrate a little bit in this, a big bit in this, should I say. Just a moment. So you should end up with something like this. So when I was binding it, I said basically that the target won't be able to eat, sleep, basically until she's back in his life. He's nothing without her. He thinks about her constantly, and he wants to return to her and pick up the phone, make that decision. So that's exactly what I was saying as I was binding this in towards me. So when you're folding the dolls, fold in towards you whilst calling for reconciliation. So what I'm going to do, this is a Santissima Muerte spell, and I have a pomegranate that I've cut in half, and I'm going to offer that to Santa Muerte. Pomegranates are very good for love work, in my opinion. Some people will probably disagree with me. There's always somebody. But anyway, so I have it cut in half, and I'm going to put that in there. You don't need a petition because the petition is already on the doll. So I'm going to push that in as far as I can. Ooh, it got me on the face. As far as I can go. It's a bit tight, but not to worry. Okay. It's in there. It's a bit wobbly, but it truly doesn't matter, you know, as long as you get it in some sort of way. Okay, and what did I do with the photographs? There we go. Got the photograph. No. Where did I put the photographs? I'm gonna have to dig these out just a moment again. Okay, so I found the pictures and I put them actually underneath the little car or paper dolls. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of cinnamon stick on top of the dolls for a little bit of heat to keep them both interested in each other. Just a little bit. It's a bit much, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to put a tiny bit of wine. I don't want this to be too watery because it'll be a complete mess if I do that. Like I said, I'm going to offer this to Holy Death on her table. Okay. I'm going to put a tiny bit of catnip in there. Again, it's really good for attraction. Lavender, just to keep their relationship calm. You know, trying to avoid arguments, etc. And some Damiana. Another good lust element. Very good. I'm going to add into this some, one moment, I'm not finished. Peace in the Home. Oh, it's powdered down. I need to get a bigger bag. Bag is crap. Let me see what else. I'm going to put in some tiny little quartz crystals. They're rose quartz, so again, it's just for the love element. Okay, I don't want to pack it too tight because I won't get my tea light into it. Some shredded money, just in case there's any blockages with regards to finances. Pheromones. What I've got here is a little bit of jasmine. Oh, it's so strong. Blow the head of you, actually. Rose oil, again, excellent for love. It's so dark in here. It's really hard to see if these things are coming out of their bottles. I really need to get this light fixed above me. Another little bit of Come to Me oil. Okay, love oil. Again, these are all made by me. I don't like to, I've said before, I don't like to buy in these things. To me, they're just not the same. Stay With Me oil. Alrighty. Okay, sugar. Okay, and I'm going to put just a tiny bit of like rose petals on top of that. Excellent for love. So we really want this couple, this guy, to get in contact with this lady because I think he's just having a few issues with regards to I think he's having a few issues. Sort of, he's been burnt before, and I think he's just a bit conscious that way. So it's to push him out of that, you know, and give him the confidence to make a go of it with this lady. I'm putting some rose perfume in there, but not too much because I'm going to be lighting a candle. Oh, I think I want to sneeze. Actually, a little bit of orris root. I know I put a lot of things in this, but just go with what you have. And some lady's mantle, just a tiny bit. I think I'll do. Now I'm going to put a tea light in the middle of that. I'll put some rush powder actually in because I don't have any coffee, so I'll put some rush powder in because we want this to happen as soon as possible. We'll see now if I can get this in here. Probably be a bit tight. I'm going to have to pause this. So I managed to get it in there, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit of honey in a clockwise motion around. You can put some honey underneath the actual tea light. It's just I actually forgot because I put sugar instead, but it does not matter. Okay, so that's what we're left with. And I'm going to light this. I really need to get matches because I hate these things. See what I mean? I hate these damn things. Okay. Oh, it's hissing quite a bit. So I'm going to set that as a little offering, and it smells absolutely divine. It is absolutely beautiful. It smells really lovely. So I'm going to set that on her altar, and I'm going to leave it until it goes off, and then I'll put it at the base of a tree. Yeah, I'll put it probably at the base of a tree, or I'll plant it in a little plant. Sometimes I do that. I put it in like a little plant pot so that the love grows. So that's what I have at the moment, and I'll work that. I don't really know how long that'll take. I'm estimating about 3 to 5 days before that starts to go off. Maybe go off sooner. I find that sometimes when I put things on something like this altar, they spoil a lot faster than any other altar that I have here. But I suppose it's because it's a death energy. She's a death goddess, and it's nothing to be frightened of. A lot of people are frightened of her, but she really is about our time here and making the most of it, and she'll help us on the way. So she's not to be feared at all. So basically, that's what I've got for you. I'm sorry about that glare. So it's thehouseofmagick@gmail.com, and thank you. So I'm still here. I forgot actually to do a reading for the client, so I'm here again, and so I want to do a little 5-card reading. So your center card here is the Rider or the Cavalier. That is a card of news coming your way. I'm inclined to believe it's good news. So it's good news, and what it's about is to do with this. And this is a card of communication, like a love email. Let me think, a love letter. Think along those lines. It's always like even a contract, something. But because this is a love reading, to me that would be think along the lines of a text message, something to do with communication. Anyway, the Ring again. This is a card of commitment. Love. So I think that is what the news is. However, on this other side, I have the garden. That's a social event or a social place. Like I said before, in these days, you could consider that to be like social media, or it could be a party or something along those lines. But to me, I'm thinking more along the lines of social media kind of thing, you know. So just looking at these 5 cards, I'm thinking you're going to hear something pretty good. It could be a message to do with taking your relationship a step further, but it will be via social media. But I see this fox, which is concerning me. The fox is basically a cunning, a sly person, a person that's really not wanting the two of you to be together. So I don't know if you have anyone in mind with, because I don't think you've actually said to me. Doesn't, it doesn't come to mind. But there's someone in the background who doesn't want to see the two of you together. But I'm of opinion that I think this person, I don't really think has much weight in this situation, because I do believe there'll be contact, to do with the letter, to do with commitment, taking things further. But this person's just sticking out a bit. So, I don't know if that's an ex or, someone's just got ill will, sent towards you. But I'm of the opinion that I don't really think this person's going to cause any harm. Not by looking at these cards anyway. It's just coming up. So I'm thinking, I don't know, it could be an ex or something. Let me know. And I did pull some oracle cards for you. And I got the Hawk. That's a card of omens and messages. The Fire Fairy. Creative action, optimism. It's always important to stay optimistic, and that hawk is basically telling you to watch out for little messages and signs. The Birch, and that's all about rebirth. Then I've got Merlin. The Merlin, alchemy, justice and balance. Alright, and I've got forgiveness. And the Queen. The Queen is a good card. It's a women, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, friendships. It's a good, very, very good, powerful card. So these are good cards. There's good messages in these cards. So magic is a strange thing because it does take time to manifest, and indeed sometimes things get worse before they actually get better. Sometimes it takes men and women, of course, a bit of time to realize, that look what I've lost, kind of thing, and they'll have a change of thought, if you know what I mean, a change of mind. So I've asked Auntie one more day to work on this case and to intercede, and I've great faith in Santa Muerte, and I do think she will help you. So that card of omens and messages with Santa Muerte. Sometimes when I do spells, I have clients that say that they see skeletons, candy skulls out of the blue. You see, her animal is the owl, and sometimes clients would say that they have like just bumped into something, it being an ornamental owl or whatever it might be, just out of the blue. The globe of the world, the scales of justice. So things like that. These are all little signs. The Grim Reaper, of course. The scythe is another one. Those are all her little symbols. And, for me, I see them a lot. A lot of the time I see them. I just know that she's there. And I have great faith in her, like I said, and I do think she will help you. But I do think something in my gut is telling me that this guy is struggling over a past situation. And I think maybe, could it be that woman is interfering in his life? Let's have a look. Okay. Has his previous relationship affected him from moving on with the client? Okay, we're getting a yes there. Okay. Is the ex-partner influential at this moment in time with regards to him moving forward? Trying to steady it up with a shaky hand. No, not the ex-partner. So I'm not really sure who it could be. If you could give me, even if there's someone in your circle that you think it could be or whatever, come back to me and I can always have a look and we can see. But that's all I've got for now. For everyone else, please bear with me. These videos do take a lot of time. Even this video, it's going on to nearly 20 minutes, and for me it takes about 2 to 3 hours to upload. Every person that gets a spell off me, the majority of you get a video, unless you request that you don't want one. So I am inundated with videos, so please bear with me. By all means, message me at any point in time if you have any questions or anything like that. If you want an update, I can update you as to when your video is going out. Some people update me and ask me, how's the work going? The work is that I work on it every night until your whatever day, 10 days, 21 days, whatever is up. Those are the updates that I'll be giving you, and give you an update of when approximately your video will go up. But by all means, if you haven't heard from me, you email me and I will get back in touch with you. I'm going to do a court working. I'm getting a lot of interest in court workings, so I really need to do a court working for people who want to try it themselves. And I don't want you to follow any of my previous videos where I'm calling on a deity, because a lot of you don't have experience with, the likes of Santissima Muerte and Belial that I would use for court workings. That's not for the novice. So I would prefer it if you didn't use those deities, and I will do a a simple court working spell. So I have a shut your mouth spell coming up very soon, a road opener. Let me see. And the next video up on my list is a Citry spell for lust, and bringing sexual partners into the client's life. The client's a male, of course, just to let you know. So that one's up next. And for everyone else, it's thehouseofmagick at gmail.com. And thanks again for watching.